Welcome to my lair, and welcome to Deceptibot9's first ever Halloweekend Extravaganza. How's it going, everyone? Deceptibot9 here, and thank you all for joining me here on the channel for my first ever Halloweekend Extravaganza. This will be the first review of the weekend. This one is for the Masters of the Universe people. I'll have another one for all my Transformers people coming out this weekend as well. So since it is Halloween spooky time, now is a better time than ever to talk about a newly released figure of one of my favorite characters in the entire Masters of the Universe franchise, that being Masterverse Hordak. And I chose him, obviously, because A, I just got him a few days ago, B, I mean, come on, the guy looks like a traditional vampire. We have to review him for Halloweekend, because I love vampires and I love Hordak. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Hordak. Alright, and here is an overview of Masterverse Hordak with all the accessories that he comes with. And I have to say right off the top, I think this is the best deluxe figure that we have been given so far, because he is coming with a plethora of accessories, unlike most of the deluxe figures who've been kind of bare bones with their accessories, with the exception of Triclops and Trapjaw. Hordak just went all out, and it is absolutely incredible to see the amount of stuff that you get with this guy for all the different display options and posability options that you can have with Hordak. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a closer look at all of that. So first, let's get closer with the actual detail on the figure, then we'll go ahead and show off all those accessories there. So you can see coming in at the head sculpt, this is so nice. Obviously, you can see this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this for a Halloween-themed review, because, I mean, the guy looks like a vampire, right? That looks like Nosferatu, and I just love it. The pointy ears here look great. I know he does look a little mechanical, but still, he's got the sort of bat vampire aesthetic to him. The red on the eyes look awesome. The little teeth going in the mouth there, you can kind of see look great. Blue fin up here. The head crest, all made of bones, just looks amazing coming down here. We get the Horde symbol right here on the chest on some black, more bones with some little ribcage details here. He is, of course, more so inspired by his Filmation appearance than anything else. He's got the blues and all that jazz, but you can see you got normal muscle definition on the arms. The Horde bands up here look great. We got some wrist gauntlets right there. Fists are fine. The waist piece right here looks fine, or it looks great. Actually, I like the way this looks a lot. The loincloth piece here is one that we see all the time. Legs here, same thing, just kind of muscle detail in the nice blue. Coming down here, the ankles look great. I love the bones all the way around the top. You get a Horde symbol there in black, some nice silver, and some nice big duck claw feet there. And of course, we can see on the back, more Horde stuff, not much craziness going on, but we do get this really nice cape. It's not wired, which is kind of interesting because I guess, well, not all of them have been wired, but every once in a while they'll do a figure with a wired cape, and I feel like Hordak could have used that, but with the amount of other accessories that we got with Hordak, it's understandable why we get just a regular one, but honestly, I don't mind. I think it looks terrific, and he looks so menacing with that on. So real quick, I'm just going to cover articulation on him because it's identical to all of the other Masterverse figures. Ball joint up at the head, except for he is a little restricted just by the collar. There's not much you can do to get around that unless you want to take the collar off. I'm not sure why you would, but head's on the ball joint as always. Range slightly limited. Arms go all the way around as usual. They go out that far. They swivel at the bicep. They've got the typical Motu double elbow. You can see it going there at the wrist. Swivel and hinge as well. Kind of. There you go. See that there. Up here, the torso swivel ab crunch. You can get it going a little bit. It is semi-restricted by the over armor, but nothing that bad. The waist does swivel as well. Legs go forward about that far. They go backwards, not very far at all. They go out, not crazy. He cannot get full split, but that's fine. He looks cool, so we'll give him a pass. Swivel at the upper thigh. Double knee joint as well, very typical of the Motu figures. Great bend on it though. And swivel at the ankle piece, or the shin piece rather, I guess. And the foot moves, pivot up and down, and turns side to side, swivels, all that fun stuff. All right, so this is how Hordak comes in package. But as we saw, there is a plethora of accessories that you can use on Hordak to be able to get him to look however you would like. Let's go through those real fast. First, of course, is just the alternate fists. We get the one with the finger curved pointing out, the one we see usually on Skeletor, and we get a open grippy hand, which can help with the shield. So those are all pretty standard. But then we get, like I just mentioned, we get the Horde shield, which looks really, really nice. I love, of course, the Horde symbol with the Hordak head there, and the texturing on it looks nice. Coming around to the back, you get the typical Masters of the Universe handle going on there. You can swap out if you want this hand, and you can put it around the handle like he's holding it, or even if you wanted to, you could just slide it here over the fist, and it stays on pretty well. And I think that's a sweet look. I love the way the shield looks on Hordak. I feel like Hordak doesn't usually need a shield. I don't know why in my head canon, but he looks so cool with a shield. I can't pass it up. The other accessory that I love here is the Horde bow. This thing is so cool. I love the way the little dragon design head looks up here. It's got a clip down here. The red that goes through it to sort of be the energy weapon is just so cool looking. Plus, of course, it's got like little bat wings going on there. So you can just clip this on to his little wrist thing, and it'll stay. It chills out there, and it looks really, really nice. I kind of like to think of this as like Hordak getting ready to go to war. He's got the shield going. He's got the cool cape ready to plow into battle. And of course, he's got his little crossbow thing for destroying anybody that he needs to. You can, of course, bend the arms and, get him posed with it a little bit. It looks super cool. But as you saw in the turnaround, that is not all, because what you can do is you can pop this arm out at the socket, just like that, and they include an alternate gun arm, and it looks so nice. I love the way this thing looks. Get in here with some extra detail. It's just kind of got some like bumpy detail aesthetic going on to it. Plus, I think this just looks super neat. So plug that in. And I just realized I forgot to include it in the turnaround, but clip-on accessories for the gun, you get a little robot claw, which you can just plug right into the front part of the gun, and he's got a sick-looking robot hand. And this has sort of been the pose or the display option that I have gone with lately for this, because I think it looks so cool. It makes his one arm longer than this arm, but there's something so cool about this look, and I love it so much. The robot hand is so cool. Makes me feel like instead of transforming his hand into a gun cannon, it's like he got it forcefully removed, and he's going to try to get payback on whoever forcefully removed it. So I really like this included hand accessory here, but that is not all. There is one more accessory that you can use, and it is a sweet blast effect piece. So if you want to get Hordak just absolutely destroying someone in battle with a big blast, you certainly can. And that is just such a cool look. But would you believe me when I say that's not all? I mean, that is all of the accessories, but you can, if you wish, remove the cape. And this also takes it to a whole nother level. It's got to pop the head off on a ball joint. It's typical. Now, the collar piece you'll see here, pull that off. There's 3 little prongs on the back and 3 little holes on the underside of the crown so that it stays on. But you can just take the cape right off, set it off to the side, throw the little crown back on there, pop the bad boy's head back on, and you have a capeless looking Hordak, which still looks really, really cool. He looks fantastic with or without the cape. So there is just so many display options and so much fun you can have with how you want your Hordak to look. That's why, one of the reasons why I love this figure so much. It's because you can just do so much with it. There is so much possibility here with Hordak. And as you can see, I don't think I mentioned it, but as you can see, articulation on the gun arm is exactly the same as the regular arm, except for obviously no wrist. Unless you put this in, it does swivel, no hinge or anything on it. But that is a lot of stuff to talk about just with the accessories and whatnot. So let's see how Hordak compares with some other figures, shall we? First off, here is Origins Hordak with Masterverse Hordak, and I mean, you can see they both look like Hordak. They look great. Obviously, this is the standard release and not the PowerCon release, where the PowerCon release looked a little more like this guy, but honestly can't decide which color scheme I like better. I mean, the blue looks really, really cool, but I'm a sucker for a nice black and gray aesthetic overall, so these two look very cool. Here's Masterverse Hordak with his pupil Skeletor. This is the 40th anniversary edition of Skeletor. These two look great together. I love this look, and I mean, they are obviously a little more older, you know, this toy aesthetic, Filmation aesthetic kind of designed to go together, but I think they look really cool. All right, here is Hordak with the only other member of the Horde that we have so far in Masterverse, that being Catra. And yeah, I mean, they look pretty solid together. But of course, who is Hordak without She-Ra? So here is Hordak's deluxe wave mate and arch enemy, She-Ra. And these guys look really nice together. I love the way these two are looking overall. They're definitely going next to each other on my shelf. All right, that's going to be it for my closer look at Masterverse Hordak. So let's go ahead and throw it back up to me for my final thoughts. All right, so what are my final thoughts on Hordak here? Well, I think he is absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best releases in the Masterverse line of the year so far. I think he's very easily the best deluxe that Masterverse has given us so far, just in terms of how many accessories there are with this guy, and just how many different possibilities of look and style there are in one figure. Is just so nice. I really love Hordak. I was lucky enough to find mine at Target, and hopefully everybody out there who wants to get a Masterverse Hordak is able to get one, because he's really good. So, I want to thank you all for joining me for my spooky Halloweekend Extravaganza Masters of the Universe Masterverse Hordak review. Go ahead, let me know in the comments down below what you think of Masterverse Hordak. Is he spooky enough for you? And don't forget to join me later for another spooky figure offering. Alright guys, that's my spooky side coming. So, thank you all for joining me as always. If you liked what you saw, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys later.